Welcome to Ohana, ladies and gentlemen, where we have a pretty cool PvP here. The winner of this particular best of three, I believe, goes up against the winner of Johnny Rico in either Orc or Fargo. So it looks like we have all the Protosses in one part of the bracket and all the Zergs in another. So that means, I think, probably the match after this in the bracket is going to be a PvZ, but let's not get ahead of myself, as we have spawning in the top left corner, ladies and gentlemen, representing Western Wolves, coming off the back of a tremendous tournament run, the best in his career. Can he follow it up with more success here, guys? Western Wolves, StarNaN. His opponent, in the bottom right corner of the map, in the blue colors, representing Team Dignitas, one of the UK's strongest players, if not strongest player. Let's find out what kind of impression he can make on this particular game. It is BlinG. So we saw pretty aggressive counter-attacking BlinG play from BlinG here on this map first time around. Are we potentially going to be seeing the same thing again? Both sides, of course, completely and utterly mirroring their builds up to this point in the game. Nothing too out of the ordinary so far. We have one gas being taken early from StarNaN, but BlinG, as we have seen, favors taking that gas just a little bit later and then taking both at the same time. So let's see if that's what he's going to be doing this time around as well. Gateway is approximately the same for both players. StarNaN just using all of his chrono boost on probes at the moment. And let's see what BlinG is up to. And there we go, both gases being taken simultaneously. So it looks like StarNaN's going to get a gas advantage, and he will temporarily. But BlinG is going to be on 2 gases pretty shortly, and he will be able to catch up. And that gives his probes just a little bit extra time to mine those all-important minerals. So maybe BlinG believes that this is actually the better order to do things here in a PvP. And there we go, probes now being put into gas. Does he put 2 or 3 in each one? It looks like only 2 in each as it currently stands, as he puts down his second gateway. In the meantime, we have 3 probes in that one gas coming out of here from StarNaN, and the second gas being taken just now. So BlinG will catch up, but if StarNaN puts 3 probes into that gas immediately, then he will be able to stay ahead just a little bit. And it looks like he's got 3 probes in one and 2 in the other at the moment. So StarNaN restoring the advantage he had over BlinG just a little bit earlier. In the meantime, Stalker being chrono boosted here from BlinG, and also being chrono boosted from StarNaN. So both of these guys playing very, very similar openings at this point in the game. Not too much to discuss at the moment. 24 supply in total, 23 to 22 workers in favor of BlinG at the moment, but that's really just probe timing. And these 2 gateways are going to be putting out an additional 2 stalkers. So BlinG is going up to 3 stalkers in this particular game. And we have at least 2 stalkers coming out from StarNaN. Will there be a third unit? Yes, a third stalker as well. So it looks like 3 on the way for both of these guys. And StarNaN going to be putting some chrono boost in towards that warp gate research, whereas BlinG has already used all of his in warp gate, actually. So things are looking fairly similar, with BlinG's warp gate slightly faster than StarNaN's, but StarNaN did have an extra chrono boost in reserve, which is now being used on that cybernetics core as well. So 3 stalkers versus 3 stalkers coming out here, with a sentry coming out from StarNaN. Now, he might be using this to try and force field off the ramp so that he can get some teching done. We'll have to wait and see if that really ends up being his choice here. BlinG moving these sorts of I know that BlinG wants to put some pressure on. A great position there on the top of the ramp, though, and focusing down the stalkers. I like this a lot. Oh, and StarNaN gets a beautiful micro victory there, picking off a stalker and not losing any himself. That's going to be fantastic. BlinG does have the pylon now down, though, towards a third base, which is why StarNaN doesn't want to move out. He's not sure where the pylon is, and BlinG might decide to pop back with more numbers than he has. So he has to be very, very careful at the moment. And BlinG now going for that Twilight Council, and StarNaN going for the Nexus. So this could be really, really ballsy coming here from StarNaN. I don't think he'll be able to hold this Nexus, almost losing a sentry as well. And yes, indeed, that Nexus will almost certainly be cancelled in the next couple of seconds. There's no way he can keep that up and running. And, oh, wow, very gutsy of him to leave it going until the last second there. Oh, and holding off 2 stalkers at the ramp as well. Is StarNaN actually going to allow this Nexus to finish? He's up to 42 supply versus 38 at the moment. Let's take a look at the number of gateways that BlinG has. He's just about to finish his 3rd gateway. And the 3rd gateway, oh no, and only 2 gateways for StarNaN with the robotic facility only just starting. So I wonder if he can hold on until he gets an Immortal, and if he can, he might even be able to hold on to this expansion. If he does that, BlinG's going to be very, very difficult indeed to wriggle out of that position, but it looks like BlinG is opting just to go for a little bit of a later expansion himself. He'll take down these back rocks and see what damage he can do against StarNaN at this time. But he just wants to expand, and ideally, if he gets a cancel off on this Nexus and he's expanding himself, he's going to be in a great position. But StarNaN, with a decent number of sentries actually there, going to be able to hold off BlinG for now. At least until BlinG becomes an option, because once that happens, you can send 1 Stalker forward and then blink the rest on top of the army. And BlinG's Stalker count is currently at 9 versus the 8 of StarNaN, but I think 4 sentries probably makes up for that. So StarNaN, with a slender advantage at the moment, the Nexus has actually completed, and the first Immortal is popping out of the robotics facility very soon indeed. And once that happens, his expansion should more or less be safe against BlinG. BlinG still on that BlinG tech. We have got it finishing in fact, right now, as we do have a Zealot now trying to terrorize the mineral line here of BlinG. Unable to get too many kills at the moment, going up to 2 workers killed. And he's going to be surrounded by a bunch of probes, and it looks like he will be able to go down, so not too much damage done there. Worker supply is 29 to 29 at the moment, so completely dead even, and BlinG, a little bit of an engagement there at the natural expansion, spots the Immortal and blinks out straight away, trying to get his own robotics facility. So BlinG is actually playing a little bit from behind here. He's, oh, and it looks like we have a pause coming out from StarNaN. Apparently he's experiencing just a little bit of lag. Let's see what BlinG says to that. Let me see if I can actually type to everyone in this game. No, I can't. I'm not actually a referee, so never mind. Hopefully things will be okay. BlinG is saying he's not lagging, and StarNaN's just giving it a second so that they don't end up... Of course, micro is going to be so important, especially once one player has BlinG as well. You don't really want lag to become a determining factor in the game. So we're just going to be waiting a moment for this to chill out, and then StarNaN is going to be allowing the game to continue. Nothing too much out of the ordinary happening at the moment. BlinG playing from behind as far as his robotics facility is concerned, but he does have BlinG already researched. On the other side, though, we have got StarNaN with the Immortals out, and it looks like they're going to be trying now. The game has been resumed. Let's see if StarNaN has fixed his lag issues, as BlinG getting ready possibly for another poke-up at the natural expansion. We have got Guardian Shield actually being put up by StarNaN there just for a second. It's a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction perhaps before we actually started that little bit of a pause. And StarNaN ahead by 10 supply right now. BlinG going to be getting the 3rd and 4th gas at its natural expansion straight away. And let's see. No, not too much is going on here. What is the worker supply looking like? BlinG actually up to 36 workers versus now 37 versus 33 from StarNaN. And BlinG might be trying to get a word in edgeways at the natural. If he blinks here, that could be trouble trying to pick off a pylon. And that force field is really not going to be able to do much. Picking off the pylon and then just blinking out. Nice and calm play there from BlinG, saying, look, if you get your army out of position just once, you're kind of screwed here. Oh, and he's separating his army. The 3 Immortals at the top of the ramp, and the Stalkers at the other side with Guardian Shield. So, very nice move there from StarNaN. A little bit of a risk, but it looks like it's paying off. Are we getting... Oh, wow, the Immortals actually targeting down the pylon, so unable to run forward and pick off the Stalkers as quickly as he possibly could. But StarNaN there, able to break out from what would be described as that soft contain with those BlinG Stalkers. And now BlinG might be able to blink directly into the main base. The Observer is actually moving towards the cliff area. Is BlinG going to do it? He sees that the Immortals are on the low ground. He doesn't blink up into the main. He's actually going to be moving straight up into the natural. And there is an Immortal here getting ready. Ooh, 1 of the Stalkers, 2 of the Stalkers go down instantaneously. And BlinG just getting so much damage done to his army. He's not able to destroy anything in the probe line at the moment. That's going to be so unbelievably frustrating. He's down to 71 supply versus the 79 for StarNaN. He is up, though, 46 to 37 workers, so he was putting a lot of probes out behind this, and he has a decent amount of chrono boost saved up now. He's going to be getting those Colossi out as quickly as he can with extended thermal lance on the way as well, and that's really important, because if we take a look at StarNan's side of the world, he hasn't even started extended thermal lance yet. So BlinG will have an advantage in the end game provided. Oh dear, StarNaN actually slightly supply blocked at the moment. Only now. Oh wait, BlinG's starting a pylon now, but the pylon's only halfway complete for StarNaN now. There we go, getting out of it, and an additional 4 gateways coming down. So it looks like he wants to do a massive pressure here, especially with the 3 immortals that he has going with this army. BlinG trying to get a couple of pot shots on it, but we do successfully take the tower in the center of the map. Are we going to see a forward pylon go down for StarNaN now? Going to try and get up the ramp of BlinG. How many sentries does BlinG have, actually? He has a grand total of 0. So this ramp is open season, ladies and gentlemen. And the Stalker immediately getting picked off by those 3 immortals here. What will he be able to do? Can he save his natural expansion? There are 2 Colossi versus 1. And this is going to be oh so close. Hitting from the high ground there. StarNaN probably needs to move in further towards the natural expansion if he wants to get a decent amount of damage done, because if the immortals aren't firing at anything, it's going to be very problematic for him indeed. It looks like a zealot from BlinG trying to be a sacrifice here. There we go, finally going down, and the immortals don't have high ground vision. He probably wants to try and take out that Nexus. Needs to be oh so careful though. 96 to 100 supply, and now StarNaN going to be taking out the Nexus, forcing an engagement from BlinG. And here we go. Almost all of the shields gone on that Nexus now, trying to isolate a couple of Zealots on the low ground there. But the Colossus getting huge shots off on the Immortals. Needs to be so careful. He needs to save those for hitting against the Stalker. StarNaN still in a great position. All 3 Immortals alive. Just needs to be careful to keep them alive. And BlinG, here we go. Blinking down with those Stalkers. Could it be a little bit premature? We'll find out in just a moment. We have got a second Colossus joining the fray for StarNaN now, but a third one for BlinG as well. And a offensive BlinG forward, trying to pick up all the sentries, successfully does so. And StarNaN is forced to pull back. Great defense there from BlinG, nearly losing his Nexus, having to hold his nerf for quite a long time there, but he manages to do so. 100 supply to 88 as it currently stands, with extended thermal lance, I believe, now complete. 51 to 48, and we actually have a second robo coming down from StarNaN. He needs that because he doesn't want to drop too far behind the Colossus count. He needs to get back in it. He is at 3 Colossi versus 4 at the moment, but BlinG already producing those Colossi 2 at a time, so he might be able to win the War of the World style endgame here, simply due to more and more Colossi popping in, and he is continuing to chrono boost them out as well. So the advantage is going to increase from here on out. Will BlinG be able to press it home? In the meantime, though, we have no Immortals out on the field at the moment for StarNaN too. So he's going to be unable to use those to his advantage a little bit later on, which just gives BlinG the advantage in army composition at the moment due to that higher Colossus count. Let's find out if he's able to convert that, though. He's at 120 supply versus the 104, as StarNaN now going to be going for his Twilight Council as well. +1 weapons is nearly complete for him, and BlinG has no upgrades. So perhaps an upgrade advantage would be useful for StarNaN here, but he has to be pretty quick about it. BlinG getting a Templar Archives is one that looks like he wants to get up to Archons as quick as humanly possible. In the meantime, 3 more gateways coming down from a BlinG here. We have a forward pilot. The third base going to be warping in a couple of Zealots straight into the natural of BlinG. And those 2 Zealots do walk straight past the Twilight Council, so sees exactly what's going on. Should be able to target down a probe very shortly indeed, killing off 1, 2. Will he get the third? Yes, he does get the third probe there. So nice little micro coming out of there from StarNaN, picking off a couple of probes here and there from BlinG. Not the most massive game-changing amount. He's ahead now, 50 to 48 worker supply. Nothing too much out of the ordinary. And now StarNaN spots the army from BlinG out into the center of the map. It's currently 8 Colossi versus 5. In favor of BlinG as it currently stands, though, and BlinG getting an Archon in with this mix as well. This is going to be so unbelievably powerful. Will StarNaN be able to hold up to it? We'll find out in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And this is for map number 1. StarNaN had a good concave, but his Colossi was slightly out of position, and BlinG able to laser it up just a little bit faster, warping in Zealots now to absorb that damage. The Stalkers are going down now for StarNaN. What are the Colossi numbers looking like? They are 7 to 6 in favor of BlinG, with the Archon still alive by the looks of things, somewhere out in the center, and the Colossi are now going down in droves for StarNaN. BlinG is able to completely steamroller his advantage here. Still a decent number of Colossi alive, and unfortunately here, StarNaN will not be able to hold on. 4 Colossi left, and GG, BlinG wins game number 1.